Hello and welcome to today's video. This time we're taking a tour around the local Plymouth Devcon. That's the Plymouth Comic-Con. It's a fantastic event. It's their 10th anniversary and I can't wait to show you around the show and see what they had to offer. So sit back, relax and let's get to it. Okay then, so thankfully I was able to get in fairly sharp in the morning, about 10 o'clock, and there was quite a queue to get in, I have to say, and it's just starting to fill up, so the stall holders have pretty much got their wares out, ready for people to have a look at, and we will certainly be taking a look round all the stalls ourselves today. And it's been a little while since I've been able to get to a Devcon. I've really tried to get to the last one, but I didn't quite manage to. But pleased that I was free today and to have a decent look round. And boy, oh boy, it was really packed. There was some fantastic cosplayers, some great dealers who we'll see in a minute. And I was also able to get a couple of good media interviews with Huw Spight from Return of the Jedi, amongst other things, and Doctor Who companion Jeanette Fielding and Tegan Javanka. So we've got brief chats with them as well a bit later on. And I managed to snap some of the cool cosplayers as well. And there was some real fantastic costumes, as there always is at these events. There's always some real standouts, and hopefully I've caught the best ones today. Although there was loads that I didn't quite catch, and there was actually a dedicated cosplay area downstairs which I did briefly visit, which was quite busy throughout the day. Now, a lot of these local dealers are they're quite crafty, and they do produce these items themselves and sell at these sorts of shows, as well as through their own websites. And if they've had a card or a QR code or something like that on their table, I've tried to zoom in on it. So if you see something you fancy, do pay attention, because you might be able to actually contact these dealers after the show online and buy direct from them that way. There was a fair bit of Lego at this store. It was a real mixture. You had Lego, you had video games, as you'll see, where there was comic stalls, trading cards, craft stuff, artwork. It was a real mixture, and there was something for everyone. I mean, that wasn't a joke. I mean, you hear it as a cliche, but it was absolutely true in this particular case. There really would have been something for everyone. Lots of the old Funko Pops. There was quite a bit of that there. And a mixture of older stuff as well as more modern items, bang up to date. The Guildhall really does lend itself to this sort of a show. It's on multi-levels, it keeps it interesting, and there's plenty of space for the dealers to spread out even when it's quite busy. All those t-shirts were cheap. In fact, this stall in general was quite reasonably priced from what I saw. Lots of the Lego sets there, some cool ones. Lots of Star Wars. First lot of cosplayers here. There is indeed 5 Doctors. I thought they did really well. In fact, 6 Doctors. Very, very good. They were getting a lot of attention, people getting their photos taken with them. I thought they were fantastic, a lot of fun. Thanks for letting me take your photo, guys. Hope you had a good day. And I think that sort of sums up the convention as a whole. Now here we are with Huw Spight. This is going to be our first little interview, and great to speak to this actor. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
There we are. Here we are in Plymouth.
So, Huw, I had no idea you've been in quite so many cult and sort of, franchise things. You've got Star Wars, you've got Doctor Who, and you just told me you were Pruneface, which I had no idea of.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was funny because there's a long story about my name being. I was originally, when their credits went up, instead of Huw Spight, they changed my name to Huw Spirit.
Oh,
Do you know that story?
I didn't know, no.
So, and about 6 years after doing the film,
Yeah,
I left for Germany to play in a musical.
yeah.
And there's so much work. I'm bilingual German,
Oh, right. Okay.
and they started to phone up the theatre and say, "You've got an English guy. We need a guy for voiceovers, or for film dubbing."
Yeah.
And I ended up staying 15 years
Wow.
in Hamburg.
Yeah, wow.
And in that time, because when the film went out, the credit said Huw Spight instead of Huw Spight.
Yeah,
When I came back to Britain, and I'd been back about 4 or 5 years,
yeah.
and somebody wrote to me and asked me if he could meet me.
Right.
And he had traced me through the electoral roll.
Yeah.
He'd found out what my real name was. And he said, "Do you know that people all over the world are looking for you?" I said, what are you talking about? You know?
And this was like through the Star Wars connections.
He had met somebody
Yeah.
who said, "Who's this Huw Spight? Nobody can find this Huw Spight." And he said, "That's not his name. His name's Huw Spight."
Yeah. Brilliant.
And that's how it happened.
And were you never in like the artists, what they call it, like spotlight, isn't it? The big book of Spotlight.
Yes, that's why I went to Germany to play the lead in the musical, because I wanted to. I was a dancer,
Yeah.
and I wanted to be a solo performer. You know, having done lead roles. That's why I went to do the lead role in the musical in Hamburg.
Oh, that's brilliant. How did your role in Return of the Jedi happen then, as a Gamorrean guard?
Yeah. Well, we were at Elstree Studios
Yeah.
filming Dark Crystal,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and we were just coming to the end of it, and Star Wars had already moved into the studio,
Yeah.
because Lucas had built the biggest indoor stage in Europe at
Right.
Elstree Studios for all the hangar shots and
Right,
stuff.
I see, yeah,
And
yeah.
so it was all there. So they were all, it was all being set up,
Yeah.
and they just came over and said, "Would any of us like to come over and work on Star Wars?" So we went, "Yeah, okay,
Oh, why not? Yeah.
another job."
Absolutely.
Well,
yeah.
in those days, it didn't have the kudos, it didn't have the generational fan base. It was just another
another
film.
job for
You know,
acting,
it hadn't really taken off.
Right.
And in those 15 years that I was away,
Yeah.
that's when it all happened.
Right,
And I
yeah.
came back, I knew nothing.
What's going on here?
What's
Yeah,
going on?
Absolutely, yeah.
I eventually got into the business
brilliant.
and got an agent, and I mean, that's history. And I'm just so grateful because, you know, I was a dancer.
Yeah.
And I say to people, as a dancer, you're as good as your last audition.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And when you're finished, it's a short life as a dancer. There's no golden handshake.
Right,
There's
yeah.
not even a pension.
That's a good
And I
point.
say to people, this, and sometimes it's big time, you know.
Yeah.
I say, this is payback time.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I
for
mean?
sure.
And that's really what I feel like. I think, well, it's a real blessing because it's almost it sort of rewards for all those years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Absolutely.
I am very, very grateful.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, well, fantastic. Well, I hope you have a great day today, Huw. It's the 10th anniversary
Yes.
of Devcon.
Yes.
10 years, which is fantastic.
Yes,
And,
10th anniversary of Devcon. Why aren't you here?
Yeah, exactly right.
Or why weren't you here?
I'm sure there'll be lots of Star Wars fans on their way in today.
Right.
Brilliant. Thanks very much.
Lovely to meet
Right,
you, sir.
yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, Huw. That's great. Thank you. And here is Doctor Who companion Jeanette Fielding. We do get to have a couple of minutes chat with her as well. She's obviously very busy. She was one of the very big guests, and as I said, I was in early, so I got the chance to have a chat. Well, welcome to Devcon, the 10th anniversary of the Plymouth Comic Con. Yeah?
Is it?
It's
Oh.
actually 10th anniversary.
Wow.
Yeah, amazing that it's been going that long. And big old queue still to come in. So there's
Oh, that's
something
exciting.
Very busy later
Oh,
on.
is it?
Yeah,
Oh, that's lovely.
Absolutely, yeah. So you've met a few Doctor Who fans.
I have. They've really been lovely.
brilliant.
Very friendly.
You've been in the show. We've just had the 20th anniversary released
Yep.
on Blu-ray.
Yep.
So
Did you?
look-
Have you seen it yet?
No, I've actually got it booked for my birthday, so
Ah.
which is next month. So I'm going to have a copy for that.
Ah, very
Looking
nice.
forward to it. I remember that season going out so well. I was a big Doctor Who fan.
And the Blu-ray extras are huge fun.
Fantastic. Yeah.
They're so because you know, like especially Sarah, Peter, and I, we work together a lot. You know, on the big finishes, and we did a road trip to Germany.
Yeah.
And it's fireworks. And it is so funny. If I'm depressed at all, I've still got a link to it, and I just put that link up, and it always makes me laugh.
Fantastic,
So
yeah.
hopefully you will enjoy it when you come to see it.
Sure will. And
yeah.
of course,
the younger fans will obviously recognise you from your recent Jodie Whittaker.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Fantastic to see you back in role. I mean,
Yeah.
amazing, absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I'm wearing the jacket. Well, I'm wearing the blouse.
Now, we've obviously got a very big anniversary. You were, of course, in the Five Doctors. You were
Yeah.
a companion at the time. We're now 40 years later.
Yeah.
The anniversary will be huge. Are you able to give anything away just yet?
No. Russell T Davies is about 6'7",
Right, yeah.
so he's a lot bigger than me. And like,
we
I
don't
wouldn't,
spoil it.
I wouldn't want to do anything to upset him. Because even though he's the nicest man in the world, you wouldn't want to push him when it comes to that sort of thing.
No, absolutely. Well, that's absolutely brilliant. Well, I really hope you have a fantastic day, and thanks for taking this time out to have a chat with us.
Thank you.
Thanks, Janet.
And here we are again now. We're back looking at the stalls, and there we are. There's a QR code for you to scan if you like what you see. And it was excellent to get all the to see all these homegrown crafters, some very, very talented artists and creators having a chance to display their wares. By this time the show had really picked up, and it was getting quite busy in all areas, but everyone I saw was having such a great time, which was I think one of the things I'll take away from this show is that everyone was really enjoying themselves. The dealers were brisk, the people in costume were having a great time, and I think there was, as I said, something for everyone to find on the stalls. So definitely a really good vibe at this particular event, which is just what you want, definitely family friendly, and yeah, some good stuff here. They're quite interesting. These are like characters made of beads. Never seen anything quite like it before, but that was quite interesting. And yeah, as I said, some very talented little artists there. Some of them are doing commissions, and some of them were doing like prints of their work, that sort of thing. Yep, some really creative stuff here, some real high quality artwork, very cool. Some people are actually doing commissions on the day as well. These are quite nice. I quite enjoyed these. There's a really good Grogu. There it is. So that was pretty cool. There we are, Louise. Yeah, I thought she was a great illustrator. Quite liked her stuff. As you can see, a lot of these artists have got like Instagram pages or Facebook pages. In fact, Events Frontier. So if you are thinking of going to the next one, which I believe is in March, they do 2 a year, so March and October. The best place to sort of find out about future DevCons would be the Events Frontier Facebook page, which is kept up to date quite regularly, so you get to see which guests are on the horizon to come down, and it's a good way just to keep an eye on things if you are in the area. Some more cool cosplay in here. There's always a few good Star Wars ones at any of these events, and they were particularly good. These were like almost like life-size models. They're excellent. I mean, that is it Gizmo from Gremlins? It looks a bit like Gizmo, or no, Stripe rather. Looks pretty darn cool. Yeah, as I said, there's quite a few comics and that around, old back issues. Lots to go through here. The table was busy, lots of people going through them. There's some nice retro stuff as well. There's a Game & Watch there. There was some PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 games. I saw some N64 today. There was at least 2 or 3 dealers with some retro stuff. This chap had a great selection. It was really well presented as well. I thought, yeah, he was having quite a busy day by the look of it. And as I said, the Guildhall itself is split out multi-level, as it were, and this is sort of in the area, like a mini hall behind the main area. And there was a separate cosplay area complete in the basement, sort of the lower Guildhall. This store had some really good stuff, I thought. Quite a few bits from his own collection, he was saying. A local Plymouth Lego dealer there. More homemade craft items. This is good. This is all for the Children's Hospice Southwest. There's stalls full of figures, I believe. A lot of these have just been donated for the charity. Absolutely fantastic selection of stuff. And here we are with the cosplayers, a lot of which were there donating their time for charity as well. There's a nice R2-D2 and a little rebel soldier there in Endor gear. You could get your photo taken with the Ghostbusters if you fancied. And this is, for me, cosplayer of the day, Jack the Ripper. Fantastic. Although these were pretty good as well, particularly Indiana Jones. Good stuff. These were cool. These were dice, and a dice of every shape and size and colour. They even had 100-sided die, which I've never actually seen before, 100-sided ones. So that was pretty good. There they are, if you want to scan them and find them on Instagram. But yeah, they had some really good stuff there. Massive ones as well, the mighty die. A couple of dice gaming books as well. There's the 100-sided dice there. And more original artwork. Oh, this was another good store. Had a nice mix of old and new stuff and retro gaming stuff as well. So this sort of summed up the entire day, really. It didn't have any comic stuff, but some really great merchandise there. And he always had people around. I had to struggle to get in to actually get a look. But there's some nice N64 games. You don't often see so many, and you don't often see them boxed like that. So that was quite a selection there of some good stuff. This is downstairs in the dedicated cosplay area, which was filling up all the time. I could see people coming in going straight down there. It's a whole dedicated cosplay area with a competition later in the afternoon, but I had headed home by then. But yeah, quite a popular part of this convention is the cosplayers, and it's great fun, so I understand the attraction. Yet more Funko Pops. There's no escaping them at these big shows, and this was no exception. This is, I believe, Global Collectibles, just inside the front door. Really nice selection of modern action figures and related items. Always good stuff on the Global store. Here's our Bounty Hunter with the R2-D2. Great cosplay, that. Absolutely fantastic. And an absolute wall of Funko Pop. Look at it all. Absolutely amazing, isn't it? Boy, oh boy, have they put out some product. including the really giant ones there, which I'd not seen before in the flesh. And this, once again, sums up the entire day. People just enjoying the moment, I think. So there we go. I hope you have enjoyed this little look through the Devcon, the 10th anniversary. My thanks to Leah for inviting me down to film the event today. Thanks to both the media guests, Janet Fielding and Huw Spight, for allowing me to have a quick chat with them. And if you've enjoyed yourself, do please give the video a thumbs up. Thanks to everyone who allowed me to take their photo and be included in today's video. And I'll see you again very soon. Bye.